Ladies and gentlemen, we have Selesnya Enchantments, an absolute classic and a staple of the standard format. It's been all over the ladder for a while, kind of disappeared a little bit now because of the prevalence of cut down. It's in so many decks. A lot of the times, if you get your naturalist cut down, it just slows you down too much, and so people have stopped playing this deck. I think it's still tier 1. I think it's still absolutely amazing. It has incredible synergies, and we definitely pulled off some amazing stuff today. So we're gonna do a full deck breakdown at the end, talk about the best cards, talk about the worst things that could happen. But for now, let's jump right into some games. It is just 24 hours before the ladder resets at the end of the month, so the ladder is crowded with tier 1 decks and people trying to get into the numbers. So that's what we're doing too. Let's get it. I gotta say, I don't love this hand, but it might be just good enough, you know? Got 4 lands and a Hollowed Haunting, so I mean, let's risk it. Pretty fast. Audacity will probably draw us a card. Let's see if there's a stick here. There is. So let's attack and make him... Yeah, okay. You don't want to cast Audacity and have him kill your guy in response, because then you don't get the card draw. Audacity does draw you a card as long as it goes to the graveyard from the battlefield. Critical note here. Alright, opponent. No, I don't think so. We drew 2 copies of Borrowed Time in the entire deck. In the top 9 cards. Pretty impressive. I think I'm just gonna get rid of the Obnixilis with this. One reality with this deck is, to play efficiently, you want to keep your cheap enchantments in hand for after resolving the Hollowed Haunting. You want to go Hollowed Haunting and then immediately cast some cheap enchantments. Like, this is a golden hand right now. Because we're going to go... I'm going to attack here, because I don't want to block with them, so it's 1 free damage. And I don't want to block with them because I need a target for Audacity, okay? So next turn, we're going to cast Hollowed Haunting, get a triggered from the Hollowed Haunting in play, then play an Audacity and get a double Hollowed Haunting trigger. And I think that's going to be game, probably. Because even if the opponent kills our guy in response, we're going to make 3 of these. And every card draw we have likely to be an enchantment with 2 Hollowed Hauntings in play. It's just too hard to deal with. Invoke Despair could be a little troublesome, but as long as we have some other enchantment to sack other than these 2. That's why -2 to this one. Discard a card. No, I need everything in my hand. So, here's the plan. Hollowed Haunting. Land. Let's enchant this. And let's attack the one that's got 2. And it'll trample and kill him for sure. Nice, dude, nice. That's a good start. Excuse me. I kind of don't really need this land, honestly. Alright, fine. I'm surprised he didn't block with his 1/1, but I guess he didn't want him to draw a card. Alright, he plays his hand out really efficiently there. He's got 2 premium creatures. Ooh, look at that top deck, dude. Look at that. Do I even care about the Obnixilis? Like, I could maybe just go put these on the Fang and attack him with everything for lethal. Because then, say he could just chump one of the 5 drops and then take 19. That would put him to 4, and I'd probably have lethal next turn. And Obnixilis isn't really posing a threat here, so let's do it. Let's just ignore the Obnixilis. Forget about him. Ever ignore a Planeswalker on 5 loyalty while opponent's on 23? Well, now you can with Selesnya Enchantments. Selesnya Enchantments is one of those special decks that, like, feels so bad when you're behind, but it feels ridiculously good when you're ahead. I've been talking about this recently, where the best decks in the meta right now are always decks that synergize well together with everything, right? Like, Soldiers is so good because they don't play any non-creature spells, so Thalia is, like, mega super premium, and, this totally applies. Does he have a second removal? Oh, okay. I think we're good. And this is the case again with Selesnya Enchantments, where everything in the deck synergizes well together because it is an enchantment. And the only non-enchantment in the entire deck, at least my version, is the Generous Visitor, which is, you know, just triggers every time you cast an enchantment. So it's one of those things, cases of everything melts well together. And so when you get the God Hand, it's like ridiculously powerful, you know? Anyways, GG, not a bad game one. Well, well, well. What do we got here? A decent keeper. No one drop, but that's perfectly fine here. We will go for the greediest play of all, of resolving a Naturalist and hoping it does not get removed. Probably Soldiers, but could be Control. Oh, that doesn't look like Soldiers. Let's just try to resolve this. Okay, it happens. So, no stick at all. Let's attack. I was considering not attacking because maybe it was Resolute Reinforcements. But now that Hallowed Haunting is in play, like, as long as we don't play into his hands too much here. Let's see if there's a stick this time. Yes. So that he won't counter. And I don't even think we want to play anything else out here because of Depopulate. We're going to be playing against a control player. Best to keep some gas in our hand. We can cast this to load ourselves up for next turn. Alright, I mean, we could either go really aggressive or try to not fall too far behind on card advantage. I think it'll be the Spirited Companion here. If opponent does board wipe next turn, then we... yeah. Then we don't have any targets for the Reign of Truth to hit anyways. This is not good. This is not good at all. We did not pop off. And I'm too scared to play out into a board wipe. So, yeah. See, there's the board wipe. If I did play it out, I would have been destroyed. So let's do this. Let's cast this on nothing just to get a Hallowed Haunting trigger. And I want to save the Spirited Companion for next turn when I could target its ability with the Weaver of Harmonies to draw an extra card. He's digging for Farewell or something here. Okay, what was that? Reanimation. I see. So let's cast that. Resolve. Let's target that ability. Draw a card. Okay, that's pretty solid. I could even cast a second companion here just to make these 4/4s. He likely has another board wipe coming in right now, but I'll cast a companion from my hand to draw a card and do 2 extra damage. Now it's Farewell and I lose everything. Or he reanimates his enchantment right now. One with the multiverse. He does, okay. So he gets to cast one thing for free. Portal to Phyrexia. I think I would sack the 3 companions and the Harmony, and I think I've got lethal here. Yes, dude. We did it. Man, I thought we were done. Thought we were big time done, though. I'm absolutely shocked that we managed to beat this combo Portal deck. Alright, okay, yeah. Nice. Nice. I think this is the best hand I've seen all day. It has so much potential to be disgusting. I did keep something a bit similar earlier where I had Visitor into Naturalist, but then opponent just cut us down and lost that game by like turn 4. That's one thing about this deck, is it either like pops off and wins really early, or gets absolutely destroyed by losing a combo piece and then gets rolled over early. And then every now and then you get like a grindy game where it could go either way, but for the most part it's almost always one way or the other quite heavily. So I think this is gonna be one of them where we just go out as hard as we can here. I'm gonna cast it all. Weaver, Fang, stack up the counters on the Visitor, and then target the Rain of Truth onto the Naturalist. Oops, I should have put that counter on the Visitor as well. That was a mistake. I thought we were already at the Rain of Truth trigger. Too busy monologuing. But like, look at this turn 3. Like, this is like modern power level when this deck pops off. Visitor into Naturalist into casting 3 2-drops because they each cost 1. Like, that's just filthy. Let's put one of them here. And then let's copy it and put the other one right here. And attack. And he's down to 6. Let's just pass the turn like this. He might have a depopulate here. That's what he needs to save him. Oh, doesn't look like it. So quick, so fast, so powerful. Love this deck, man. Wow. Guys, I just thought of a really good D's Nuts joke. Alright, it goes like, hey, have you seen the new Squee from the new set? And the buddy goes, Squee? And he goes, squeeze D's nuts. Brilliant. Never before heard. Try it on your friend. Let me know how it goes. Well, after popping out last game, I was not expecting to have such a beautiful hand 2 times in a row. So it feels pretty good here. One Visitor, 2 Naturalist, and then 3 will companion into something, hopefully. If we go companion into Reign of Truth, that's powerful. Or, depends here what opponent does. Probably Esper. Could be Dimir Control. There has been a list or 2 running around ever since Sonio played it. So stick to the plan here. Naturalist, put the counter on the Visitor. Get in for 2. Yeah, actually I played a game against Sonio when I was playing Boros Control, and I was in his video of him absolutely demolishing me. Game 1 of his most recent video. Dusted. He Sorin ulted me by like turn 10. This is pretty funny. Okay, Generous Visitor again. Let's go and commit to the damage, or should I spread these counters out? I'll spread them out. It's a black deck control. It's gonna have all kinds of removal. We may as well not put all our eggs in one basket, right? Okay, so it is the Grixis list. Second Wandering Mind I've seen in a Grixis list today. I don't know if that other one made it into the video or not. Which I think I kind of got demolished by it now that I'm thinking about it. Let's do this. Oops, no. put the counters on the Spirited Companion, once again, spreading out our power. And opponent nearly dead here. Has to do something or we're gonna have 2 lethal threats. Either a board wipe or, there we go. Fast games, man, fast games. I think that's the second 2-minute game in a row. Nice. Oh, man. Opponent was on the play. He had the turn 1 Delver and the turn 2 Flip. So, not looking great here. There's hope. Okay. This is very dangerous. What are we gonna do? Probably best to just draw a card. Mana efficient and throws the Visitor. Our land. Let's go for 2. Does this one flip 2? Please no. He reveals the land though. It's weird. We take 3 in the air, okay. Most of the blue decks don't run Delver anymore. Let's just go ahead and get our triggers here. We're gonna double spell. If we just cast Borrowed Time and it gets countered, it's a waste of a turn. At least this way, one thing will resolve to hold back the Delver if it doesn't flip. We'll put the counters onto the Spirit Companion, and then this gets Spell Pierced. Okay. So we get in for both of these, probably 5 damage here. He returns it to our hand. He does. Okay, that's why we put the counter on the Companion, because he's less likely to want to return that, since it'll draw us a card again when it comes in. It's not all bad. Next turn we go Visitor into Borrowed Time. Try to hit the Insectile Aberration. And now they're both flipped. That's a real clock here. One has 1 Consider and 2 unknown cards in hand. Stick to the plan, like I said last turn. Okay. Phases out. Shores up. Slip out the back. Phases out. Yeah, so that's lethal at 7 damage in the air. Good game, brother. Good game. Can't win them all, ladies and gentlemen. This is just part of the road, right? Don't take it personally. Just shake it off and keep on going. I'd rather have a 2-minute loss than a 10-minute win. Honestly, like this deck, it rolls. It's meant to roll. So just keep on rolling. This is a pretty powerful hand here. A lot of potential. Really, really high ceiling. First numbered opponent of the day, which I think we've been in lack of. When you beat numbered opponents as a bad percentage gamer like me, you jump up quite a bit more, I think. Let's play the planes here so we could go Borrowed Time first on the Harbin. Then Reign of Truth. Put the counter here again. If opponent does have a Brutal Cathar, he's going to hit the Naturalist. So you want to put the counters onto the Visitor. And then if he does decide to hit the Visitor, you're like, sick. What did I say? It's exactly why we did it like that. And I think that's game right there. Look at that. Damn, these have been some quick wins, man. Quick wins. Unbelievable. Like, I'm telling you. Back to 96%. Win one, lose one. That was a 1-minute game. Yes, I had fun. Yes, thank you very much for asking me. Oh, what do we think of this hand? We do have 2 colors with the Naturalist. I guess coming with Spirits can... I mean, hopefully we find a nice enchantment in the top 4 that will really help us. That was a horrible draw. Okay. Not much options there. Especially against a swamp, but this is pretty scary here. That's a good draw. Makes the second planes we drew a lot better. But I mean, this is gonna get killed for sure. It's kind of just the way of the road, right? There's so much removal in the meta right now. Get out of here. And then a Gix. Well, our deck is coming through. It's let us down in the past, but right now, she's been a hero. Man. Second planes for the Hollowed Haunting, then Borrowed Time. Alright, well, can't kill that, but we can resolve Hollowed Haunting, and then we could go Naturalist, pass, and then next turn, if the Naturalist lives, goes Reign of Truth, make the Naturalist massive, gain 10 life or something. That's a good line. It could definitely win us the game, but it banks on opponent not having removal for the Naturalist, which is, come on, pretty unlikely. So maybe we just go Naturalist, Reign of Truth right now, just to make as many Spirit Clerics as we can. That's probably better. I was like, look at him right now. He's considering leaving up mana, or if he wants to play something else. That's a good draw too. Alright, forget the Reign of Truth. We're just gonna go Borrowed Time. We don't even have the mana to cast both Reign of Truth anyways. God. This deck's consistency at this moment is out of this world. It just drew me everything I needed. I love you, deck. Mwah, 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 mwah. You know, you ever feel like that? What? No, me neither. I was just kidding. Yeah, there's the Gopher Throat. We knew it was coming. Sometimes I feel like a vampire. Got the blinds closed all day. I'm sitting in my dark room. I open the blinds. I'm like... Next turn is looking pretty good. What do we have for enchantments? 3 and then 4 when we cast this. So +4/+4. It'll be +5/+5 because of the Fang. Plus it'll make 1. So I think one of them will be a 7/7 and the other one will be an 8/8. But don't quote me on that. We'll see. We'll find out. Oh, it's a 9/9 and a 10/10. I wasn't even close. Oh wait, a 10/10 and a 10/11. Really not even close. I was like a 7/7 and an 8/8. I was 3 power and toughness off. What an explosive turn that was. Shigeki, Reign of Truth. Pretty good spot we're in. Opponent is gonna haste out the underdog. Blitz it out, I should say. That will be a block. Oh, he doesn't even attack with it because he knows I'll block it. Fair enough. Way to save us each 2 seconds of our lives, good sir. And that's a land off the top. But we're going to go ahead and pump this up so it's also a big threat. Pump one of these up. Attack with all. Too bad it wasn't an enchantment, so we could get the Hollowed Haunting up to 7. Everything would have Flying and Vig. He has to block the 11, right? Or maybe he's just dead no matter what. Say he has removal for the 11 and trades with the Shigeki, it's still 20. Good game, sir. Nice. Man, 4 minutes. These games are fast. 98%. We're getting up. Let's play 1 or 2 more. We'll see. We go first, and I think it's pretty good. Let's keep this. I think it's better to commune with spirits than to Fang of Shigeki turn 1 on the play. Try to find a Hollowed Haunting or something good. I don't really need any more lands, so I think I'll just take the Circle of Confinement, unfortunately. Is it mono red, as the sleeves imply? Or is it a bait? As we know, a lot of baiters out there. Look at you playing soldiers. Certainly happy to have picked up the Circle of Confinement, having seen that it's soldiers. He goes with a Thalia. So let's go Naturalist. That'll reduce the Circle of Confinement to 1. 1 for Circle of Confinement. And get in for 2, and feeling pretty comfortable with the board state, but I mean, we're pretty much out of gas here. We remove one more thing. If we top deck a Hollowed Haunting, then our deck actually loves us. Loves us back. Remember last game, we gave it little kissies because we love it. Turning favor here. Let us just do it, right? Why wouldn't we do it? Let's do that. Maybe I should have started with a Spirited Companion in case we revealed like a Generous Visitor or something. We play the Fang? It doesn't really do anything. It's a 1/1 Death Touch. I guess we're just trying to beat him down. His life total's already getting low, and a 1/1 Death Touch getting through for another couple turns might matter in the end. We don't want him to stabilize on us. He's got 4 mana. It's a good double spell turn. Valiant Veteran, and he's got the one that you flash in, Resolute Reinforcements. Let's start with this. Let me see another Circle of Confinement. Generous Visitor. Well, the guys he flashes in will both be 2/2s. So I guess we offer the trades with our Generous Visitor, or with our Naturalists. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? If we trade our awesome 2/2 lifelinkers for some boring vanilla 1/1s that are actually 2/2s because of the Lord, that seems pretty bad. That seems like a line for opponent to get back into this game. So I'm going to attack with this 1/1 Death Touch. That way when he flashes in those jerks, if he wants to trade with that, I care a lot less. Omniscience, or Omniscience. I knew what was in his hand. You all knew too, let's be real, that was an easy prediction. As always, Resolute Reinforcements, but I feel like it should often be Cathar Commando. I think Cathar Commando is a sick card. It goes so good. I play it in my Soldiers deck. No one else seems to because they just net deck it. Which, not like there's anything wrong with it, grabbing a good old net deck and playing a tier 1 deck. This is essentially a net deck. I just, you know, tuned it a little bit, but that's what I mean. These guys, they don't tune it. They don't think about Cathar Commando being awesome. Like, if you had a Cathar Commando instead of this, he'd blow up Borrow Time. You know, it's essentially a 3-mana Destroy Enchantment spell, but still a lot of the time it's just a 3/1 flash creature, or in this case it would have been a 4/2 flash creature. I'm happy to have the Fang still to trade with the Myrel. We're in a bad spot. We drew a couple lands here, and unfortunately opponent's playing quite slowly, so that's what's making this probably going to end up being the longest game we've played today, at clocking it at a whole 4 minutes. Vinch. Da Vinci. Okay. Brother, you can do it. He waits till his rope is almost exhausted, and then double spells. Then he will make a ton of dudes with Myrel. We will consume the Myrel, but not looking good for us. If it's a land off the top, we just scoop them up. Alright, come on. Let's get back to 98% and then call this video a wrap. That's what we want right now. I'm gonna mull this one. This is a lot better. We'll put back a Fang and we'll go like this. Start off with a Visitor. Not bad. Let's see a Swamp so that opponent can cut down our Naturalist and we could just scoop right away. Oh, it's almost a Swamp. I mean, maybe he'll play with Fire or Naturalist. Oh, come on, mono red. I'm sure your decision cannot be that difficult, sir. He ends the festivities immediately. Alright. Oh man, that's a bad sign. Play with fire. Oh god. Let's give ourselves a chance to draw out of this here. Only 1 green mana. I believe I can fly. I'm terrified. This is we're gonna get ran over here, aren't we? I'm definitely not blocking that. Yep, take one, yes. Cemetery Gatekeeper, whenever I cast an enchantment or creature spell. Oh god. Whenever a player casts a spell that shares a card type. Man. Enchantment creature. That's pretty dope. I guess we're gonna do this and go look for green mana. Maybe Circle of Confinement instead. Alright, cool. Cool. Yes, we will take 2 damage, but at least the 2/1 first striker that was gonna burn us to death whenever we cast spells is gone. So that's decent. We have some good draws here, honestly. Like, if we draw a Spirited Companion, we're in the game. We just go Weaver of Harmony next turn. The turn after that, Companion, copy it. Jukai Naturalist brings us back in it. Land is not ideal, but not the worst thing either. As this grows, then let's do that, and then let's grow this. And that way he can't go Mechanized Warfare into End the Festivities to kill both of these. And we'll attack for 3. If he does go Mechanized Warfare, then attack with both. Do I block the Epicure with the Weaver of Harmony? Overthinking, because he doesn't attack anyways. And look at this. Our deck is kind of coming through here. But we are going to be copying this with the Weaver of Harmony to get in with 2 big attacks. And we're just kind of switching gears completely here from on the defensive to attacking with 2 7/7s. He blocks one of them. And he takes the other 7. Okay. Opponent down to 8. Okay. Let's see what happens. I don't know, man. I thought we were so dead. I was ready to hit the old concede button. Hey, boo-boo. Never give up. You know what? Mono red. Baltazaro. You really just went wrong when you thought so long about what to do on turn 1. You should have just used your gut. He got us for Xaxes. No! I was in the middle of talking shit. No! It is what it is. Definitely not ending on that note. So let's get in there for another W and then end the video. Opponent goes first. We have no white mana. We do have a Visitor into a Weaver of Harmony, which is a pretty good start. And we're on the draw, 40% chance to hit a land. Not good enough. Mull. I almost talked myself into keeping the baddie. This kind of also sucks because it's so slow. Let's keep it and we'll put back the Fang. And we're going to lean on the Hollowed Fountain as a win condition. Start with the Plains. Maybe he'll think we're soldiers. Uh-oh. The Grixis list. A tough list for us. Deck. Pulling through. Having a nice draw of the Naturalist. If we resolve the Hollowed Haunting next turn. Oh, man. Can I say? We might be in pretty good shape after all. I borrowed time that now? I think so. He gets to draw a card off it anyways. But at least we do something with our turn. Instead of just sitting around and waiting for him to card advantage us to death. There's a Fable. We get the Hollowed Haunting down. That was a good draw too. Probably just go another Hollowed Haunting. Just for maximum you know, ceiling, highest upside. Invoke Despair. That was one of the reasons I actually thought of. I should have talked about it. That I played the Borrowed Time out. Was that when he invokes Despair, I don't have to sack the Hollowed Haunting because it's my only enchantment. Now, if I do Hollowed Haunting now, I have to sack a Hollowed Haunting if he invokes Despair again. But I'm kind of thinking about the same logical argument here about the higher ceiling, where if I do Circle of Confinement and then he invokes Despair and I have the Circle of Confinement to sack, yes, I'm happy because I have something worse to sack than my Hallowed Haunting, but is it even good enough to win the game at that point? Like, if I do that, then the Fable flips the next turn. Oh, man. Depends. It might be good enough if next turn I draw a land and I could go Hallowed Haunting Circle of Confinement after going Circle of Confinement this turn, then that is pretty good. Sweet, man. Let's go for the higher ceiling. Let's just resolve this now. If he has Invoked Despair, he has it, and it's a good game. Don't have it, man. Don't have it, man. No! Alright, well, at least there's two things versus Circle of Confinement. We have to get rid of the reflections, right? Because if he starts copying things as soon as next turn, we're going to be in big, big trouble. So let's just resolve this one now. Now that at least the major threats out of there. Then next turn, we could copy the active or the triggered ability from Circle of Confinement with the Weaver. Get rid of two things. Again, playing towards our highest upside. Definitely going to just block with these tokens. I don't want to go any lower. Invoke Despairs can finish us off. Okay. Invoke Despair. I'm gonna hang on to this one. Or at least we have a board state. It might just be a lonely 1-1, but it's something. Be a good thing to sack to Invoke Despair. Man, oh man, we're not in good shape. I'm like, let's play one more, guys. Get a nice W. It's like, oh, actually, we're gonna go against Grixis, and it's gonna be cut down into Bankbuster, into Invoke Despair, into Invoke Despair, into Kiki-Jiki, into all kinds of other good stuff. Here one. Well, we held on to this on purpose in case of possibility that we'd be able to hit something, so it pay off. You can crew, but I don't think you're going to block a 5-5 with your 4-4, so interesting decision by opponent. Could have been punished if I had another Circle of Confinement in my hand. Oh, come on, is what I'm going to say when he plays Invoke Despair right now. Oh, come on. It wasn't Invoke Despair, but I still didn't like it. Alright, let me see the God draw here. I'm going to draw Spirit Companion, into Spirit Companion, into... Never mind. Alright, guys. It was a fine game. Really good game, honestly. Good job, opponent. Well played. Let's break this deck down, and that'll be the end of the video. It sucks to end it on a triple loss, but we had some really good, clean wins in here, and that'll happen from time to time. You know, there's a lot of cut down in the meta, and that's why Selesnya has been struggling. Maybe I'm wrong to have not been playing for Hallowed Haunting. The card is amazing. It is definitely a win condition of the deck. Once you get to 7 enchantments, it just pops off, right? However, it's hard because, especially in best of 1, the shuffler seems to always give you more of whatever card you keep in your opening hand. Like you guys saw, many of those games I had 2 Hallowed Hauntings when they're the only 2 in the deck. And if it does that when you have 4 and it gives you 4 in your hand, or you just have 1 in your hand and you top deck 3 of them, you're just screwed. So I found 2 to be pretty successful. It did good in the video today, but but I did draw them a bit more than I think I should have been. So I'm probably getting a little bit lucky there. And what I cut them for is these Audacities. And Audacity is amazing, right? Not only does it synergize well with Hallowed Haunting because it's a 1-mana enchantment that triggers it quite easily often the turn it comes in, but it's also a win condition because from time to time you're playing against soldiers and they're making 1/1 artifact soldiers that it can just chump whatever you have. And it doesn't matter how tall your guys are unless you have the actual secondary thing, or no, the primary effect of Hallowed Haunting, where if you control 7 or more, all your guys get flying, then sometimes you just can't get through. And it's happened many times where I don't even have a Hallowed Haunting out. I've got like a Reign of Truth, a Naturalist, and like 6 enchantments, and I make a 10/10, opponent's on 4, but he just keeps chump blocking it, you know? So Audacity really lets you get through by giving trample to a thing for just 1 mana and drawing a card. I think this card is absolutely worth playing. So if we were to come up to a 4th Hallowed Haunting, maybe it would actually be for the Shigekis, which is quite tough because they're also pretty good. I think one of the favorite things about this deck for me is casting the Reign of Truth and putting it onto the Naturalist and gaining like 8 life on turn 3 or 4 against mono red. It just puts them so far behind. Soldiers can recover from you gaining 8 life, but mono red often cannot. So absolute great synergy there. And I think that the best line, if we're going to talk about like the best thing you could possibly do, is turn 1 Visitor, turn 2 Naturalist. And we did this actually a couple times, where you go turn 3, 3 2-drops for 1 because of the Naturalist. And probably the strongest way to do it would be like 1 mana Weaver of Harmony into 1 mana Spirited Companion into 1 mana Reign of Truth. And then at that point, they all trigger the Generous Visitor. So you put 3 counters onto the Naturalist. He's a 5/5. And then when the Reign of Truth comes in, it'll give him +4. Plus he gets a base +1 from the Weaver of Harmony. And he's a 10/10 lifelink on turn 3. Like, that is modern power level. Yes, that is the nuts, and yes, that is the God draw, but come on, if you're not playing for the God draw, then what are you playing for, right? Yeah, really cool deck. Sad about the ending, but had a great time piloting it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day. Bye-bye.